I'm gonna show you all of the emails that I just unsubscribed Richard to. So check this out. There's this one, and then there's another one, and they're basically all saying, oh, everyone's crooked, and everyone is like, Hillary is the worst person in the world, and she's gonna destroy America, and that if we don't vote for Trump, then like all of your rights are gonna get taken away, and you're gonna have to freaking like, I don't know what you're gonna be able to do, because you're gonna be in a FEMA concentration camp or something like that. But like, this stuff is so absolutely ridiculous. I can't even begin to start with how like crazy it is to have this completely impregnate your mind like every day, day in and day out, with this type of information that just is so fear-based. It is so based off of the opposite of abundance. It's based off of scarcity, okay? It's based off of scarcity and fear. And it's like, why would you want that to constantly be put into your emails so that it's on your phone and you just get alert, alert, alert? Hey, alert, Hillary's gonna take all your money. Alert, Obama is siding with all of these, you know, politicians. Alert, Hillary just claimed $15 million from Wall Street, even though she says that Wall Street is the enemy and all this other stuff. Yeah, it's true. And yeah, it's the truth that the media is, you know, doesn't tell you. But at the same time, yo, why even have that be part of your life? Like, know about it. Okay, so here's the things with that type of stuff. It's like, you should know about it, okay? I know about these type of things because I'm an informed citizen, but I don't make them my priorities. I don't let them get into my circle of influence. My circle of influence is the thing that I focus on. What can I influence? What are the things in my life that I could do at this very moment to progress towards my goals and my dreams and make my dream life a reality, okay? And things like, if I would get I unsubscribed from like probably 100 freaking emails personally myself, Lewis, unsubscribed as I kept on reading about self-improvement and personal development and people like Tony Robbins and Robin Sharma and Hal Elrod and freaking every, like Oprah and Brendon Burchard. Like literally all of these people keep on saying the same thing. All of these multi-millionaires have you, or billionaires, Richard Branson, like literally they all say the same thing. Stop watching so much freaking news, cut that shit out of your life, okay? Be informed, but don't let it completely control you, okay? Just do what you can, optimize what you can, and then let go, okay? It's not about trying to have complete control over everything, because you can't always be 100% perfect. It's about doing the best that you can actually do and then letting go with everything else. So you have to have intent with your life, like where are you going, what direction, and know what things that are coming in and bombarding your life from all different directions, and you have to filter that shit out, okay? And you have to actually learn to say no to like a million freaking things, because that's what all of the successful people actually end up doing, is that they say no to way more things than they say yes, okay? You have to learn to do that. So don't be subscribing to a million freaking emails. You should get your email list down. Actually, to be honest, this is from another amazing book that I wrote. Get your emails down to 0. If you could get your emails down to 0 by getting things, it's called Getting Things Done, is the book that I read about that. And you get that down to 0 like every single week, do you know how much more productive you could possibly be? And also, instead of having an email be sent to you and checking your email every 5 minutes or every 5 seconds, how about you make it a priority to have 1 hour block chunk of time to check your emails, 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon. That way you can go through all of your emails, you can respond to all of them, and you can get your email inbox down and unsubscribe from all of these ridiculous things. And just getting back to the actual topic at hand here, which is about the news and the politics and all of this stuff, I don't think it's a coincidence that Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Robin Sharma, Bill Gates, freaking Tai Lopez, And all of these millionaires and billionaires and Tony Robbins and all of these freaking people are actually saying, hey, stop watching so much freaking news and just focus on improving your life and what you can do in your own circle of influence. Like, I don't think that's a coincidence that out of all these books that I keep on reading by these millionaires and by these billionaires and by people who literally study the habits of successful people, say to not watch the news, to turn that shit off. Like, I don't feel like that's a coincidence that like, if you want to be successful, if you want to do things in your life, you have to do what 95% of the people won't do. And you know what 95% of the people do is they watch the news. And so I'm not saying completely cut out the news, but what I am saying is to choose your news sources, all right? Instead of don't be a passive. Don't be a passive listener. Don't be a passive viewer. That's the big thing. That's the biggest, one of the first lessons that I've learned in life is when I got into this whole self-improvement and personal development stuff, is to not be passively going throughout your life, but to actively be going throughout your life. And that means actively choosing the things that you want to listen to and to watch. So like the first thing that I stopped doing was watching the news. This was like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Instantaneously, my life became so much better. I became so much more happy. The second thing that I stopped doing was watching TV with like the commercials and stuff like that, and just watching TV in general. I switched over to Netflix, and then, you know what? I eventually stopped watching Netflix and TV and movies altogether, because when you find the thing that you're really passionate about and you go after that, then you don't have time to watch this type of stuff, and then you start learning about productivity hacks and ways to actually do things and create the life that you want to live, and then you realize, holy shit, there's no freaking way that you can be super successful and still have time to spend an hour or two in front of the TV. And another freaking thing about doing that is that people, they usually sit down, you know, at their desk all day. They sit down for breakfast, they sit down for lunch, they sit down for dinner, they sit down in front of the computer, and then they sit down in front of the TV. When the hell are they actually moving? This is like another reason to stop watching the news and the TV and all this other crap. And the thing is, if you're gonna watch this type of stuff, at least get it online. Get the stuff online that you want to see. You know, what is it in your head that you feel is important? Google that, and then go after that, find the information that you want to find, and then leave and exit that. Because if you're just passively watching things and letting things continually get into your brain, then you're gonna be literally at the subject of whatever things that you're watching and whatever they want to do. So if that goes into your subconscious mind, and then that affects all of your decisions. Like, the entire freaking system that is set up today, that is socially constructed, is constructed to deprive you and make you like this much of what you really should be. The entire schooling system, the entire social system, everything is basically like impounding you with limiting beliefs and stuff like you're not good enough. Every single article, every single advertisement, everything that's in the mall, everything that's in any store, it's all saying, oh, look, you're not good enough, you need this. And the more news that you watch, and the more TV that you watch, and the more magazines you read, and the more other things that are just socially passively passing you by, the more you get into that is the more you are bought into the paradigm and the social construct of what people want you to think about reality. But what you think is reality isn't really reality. Your reality is based off of all of your past circumstances. Everything from when you were born, probably even before you were born. There's probably another spiritual aspect of it, you know, when your mother, you know, and what she went through and what your grandma went through. And it has everything to do with your reality being formed by everything that you've been through from your birth. From when you were born all the way up until right now, this very moment. And the reason why this is so important is because if you don't know this, then you're gonna be, or your control is going to be based off of, in your entire life is gonna be based off of your past. And your past doesn't determine your life. It's your future. It's your present moment that determines your future, okay? So most people's present moment is based off of their past belief systems and their belief systems that were built into them. But It's just simply not true. Most of the stuff that we tell ourselves just isn't even true. So here's a pro tip for you. Stop watching all this garbage. Stop being at the whim of society. Stop looking at all these things that are coming from a fear-based mindset and inject fear into your life. Go within yourself and build yourself up and become independent and then eventually interdependent with other people. Remember, normal is mediocre. Normal is average. Don't be average, okay? Be great.